ancient black civilizations that were not in sub-Saharan Africa. Some people always come and have two claims. First, blacks are people of sub-Saharan Africa, so those ancient civilizations that were not in that region were not black. Two, the modern people or populations of those regions that those ancient civilizations were located in are not black, so those civilizations were not black. I wonder why these people who seem to be educated do not differentiate the word ancient from modern. Just because today blacks are called sub-Saharan Africans does not mean that blacks were always confined only to sub-Saharan Africa. And just because the modern population of a region is now light-skinned does not prove that all the Asian peoples of that region were also light-skinned. Can we say the ancient Mayans, Incas, and Olmecs were light-skinned just because the modern populations of the Americas are almost light-skinned? Are the white Australians descended from all the Asian peoples of Australia? The answer is no. So is with all the Asian civilizations. The ancient Persia was a multi-ethnical and multicultural empire. In Persepolis reliefs, Persians and their subdued nations are differentiated from each other by the types of their hair and clothes. Most of those nations are depicted curly-haired and even curly-bearded, just like Persians themselves. There are even some nations depicted fair-haired and fair-bearded. Note that these reliefs are not painted, so how can someone find out what race one nation belonged to? I think Persians wanted to differentiate nations by their types of hair. Curly hair is one type of Afro-textured hair. In fact, the true white people, who have had not any recent black ancestors, all are fair-haired. This is Darius. Compare these persons. Black with curly hair, white with fair hair. Yes, there are some white people who seem to have curly hair. But do you think this hair is Afro-texture? In fact, this type of hair is a curly type of fair hair. This is not Afro-texture. This is a curly type of fair hair. Yes, there are some light-skinned people like this man who have Afro-texture hair, but I'm pretty sure this person has some recent black ancestors. The curly hair the ancient Persians had was like this. This is an Afro-texture hair. I proved this claim the ancient Persians were black using the reliefs from the Darius Palace at Susa that are the only painted and colored pictures from the ancient Persians that were created by themselves. As you can clearly see, all the Persian guards, these immortal guards of Darius, all of them are black-skinned. Even the Persian sphinxes have curly hair, curly beard, and black skin. So the ancient Persians were black. Some people claim that those guards and sphinxes were not Persian but Elamite. My answer is that even the most stupid king would never choose his best guards and warriors from a people who have already been defeated, subdued by his own people. Besides this, there is no difference beside this. There is no difference between these immortal gods of Darius, who are claimed to be Elamite, with Persians. They all have the same beard, same hair, even the same clothes. So these immortal gods of Darius are Persian, and the ancient Persians were black. These two persons are Persian. They have the same hair, beard as these black-skinned warriors in this picture. So the ancient Persians were black. But there are some people that accept these gods were Persian, not Elamite, but refuse to admit that they were black and claim that they were sunburned white. I think these people want to suggest that the ancient Persians were so stupid that depicted themselves in their sunburned appearance instead of their normal true color. But what kind of white people become so black after sunburn? As I know, the white skin becomes red after too exposure to sun. When I ask these people if they are white, why they are curly haired and curly bearded, they answer the ancient Persians used to curl their hair and beard because curly hair was a sign of monarchy. It seems that they want to obfuscate the reality and live in their fantasy world. They can't handle the truth that the ancient Persians were black. They not only their immortal gods, but even their sphinxes were black-skinned. Why should these gods in this picture, who were supposed to fight against enemies and defend the kingdom, waste their time in order to curl their own hair? This is bullshit. Others say that there are some paintings and artifacts depicting the ancient Persians white. One of these paintings is the so-called Alexander mosaic, which is believed depicts a battle called Issus. This mosaic was found at Pompeii, a Roman city, and is believed to have been created in the 1st century BC. As the history says, Romans and Greeks were not fond of each other at this time. So why should Romans have depicted their enemies' victory over Persians in their city? Look at the so-called Alexander. He has worn a complicated armor. As we know, this type of armor are Roman. Greeks wore a simple one-plate armor. Look at his chest. He has a picture on there that seems to be his son. As we know, there were only two European emperors who had pictures on their chests, Trajan and Hadrian. Both of them were Roman. Now look at the so-called Persians. They neither have the same clothes as the Persians in Persepolis reliefs, nor have the curly beard and curly hair. In fact, this mosaic depicts a battle between Trajan and Parthians, who were a Scythian tribe, non-related to the Persians. Parthians were a Scythian tribe who ruled over Iran for over 5 centuries. In this battle, Trajan defeated the Parthians and annexed Mesopotamia and Armenia to his empire. So why all the historians keep saying that this mosaic depicts the Issus battle? They know this mosaic does not relate to Persians, but I think they want the ancient Persians to be white, and this is why they want call this mosaic the Issus battle. There are also some artifacts from Sassanid era depicting Sassanians white. I don't want to say um, these artifacts are new forgeries, although they look strange. But Sassanid dynasty was preceded by Parthians, who were a Central Asian white tribe, one of the Scythian tribes. They ruled over Iran over 5 centuries, so it's possible that most of the Achaemenid Persians were mixed with these white people. Even some of Sassanid kings had Turkic wives, so we can conclude that the Sassanid Persians were not as pure as Achaemenid Persians. Anyway, the majority of Sassanid Persians were still black. Just look at the Sassanid coins and reliefs. Almost all the figures on their coins and reliefs are with dreadlocks, curly hair, curly beard. If you don't believe many of the modern artifacts and pictures depicting the ancient Persians are new forgeries, this is for you. They say this man in this relief is Cyrus the Great. What do you see? A two-winged, curly-bearded, curly-haired man with some rose on his head. They drew this picture from that relief. As you see, the drawer believes those rows on the head of Cyrus the Great is a helmet. And this picture is what people in Iran would show you as Cyrus the Great. A fair-bearded white man with a helmet on his head. Now compare this picture with this one. Yes. Those rows on Cyrus the Great's head are not grooves of helmet. They are rows of a hairstyle known as cornrows. But because this hairstyle is believed to have originated in sub-Saharan Africa, they decided to say that those rows are not a hairstyle, but they are a helmet. This is a white lie. This hairstyle is one of the most famous black hairstyles all around the world. There are also some Arabic quotes that some people believe imply the Sassanid Persians were white. In these quotes, Arabs used to say Arabs were black-skinned while Ajams were white. Actually, those Arabs didn't say Farsi, which is the Arabic equivalent for Persian, but they said Ajam. Ajam is being translated as Persian, while in fact it could refer to any non-Arab person. including Sassanid. Besides, what